This is Side Mystic, and this video is going to be on the houses and how to utilize the house energy to, create things that you want to create, manifest what you want to manifest within the area of this house. So the first house that we're going to talk about is, you guessed it, the first house. Duh. So the first house rules and represents the self. Okay, so the houses and this house, every house represents an area in our life, a section of our life that completes our life. So the first house energy, the first house area of our life represents the self. Everything that has to do with the self, everything that has to do with how we relate to ourselves, how we relate to our being, who we are, essentially. So the first house has a lot to do with how we represent ourselves, how we internalize ourselves, how we see ourselves when we look in the mirror, when we look out into the world. This house has a lot to do with our identity and what we identify with. So the first house, to access this energy and utilize this energy, the first thing, it ain't even really a first, second, third to it. This house, to utilize this house's energy, you really just have to be and willing to identify with anything. Now, this doesn't mean like the seventh house, like completely jump into other things, but it means recognizing and seeing you in all things. So to utilize the first house energy, most of the times we just, how do we feel when we look in the mirror? I'm looking at myself right now and I'm like, whoa, like, this is how I look. One of the biggest things about the first house and accessing the first house energy is your image, okay? How you see yourself, how you see life. So your image is not just your image. Your image is the image, okay? How you see yourself has a lot to do with how you see this entire world, this entire existence. So the first house energy has a lot to do with image. How do you see yourself? How do you want to see yourself? How do you want others to see you? What's going on in terms and in a sense of your image and how you're being seen, what you are seeing when you look at yourself. So if you want to access this house's energy and utilize it to your benefit, you have to start thinking about your image. What is your image? So your image has a lot to do also with your story. What is your story? Okay, we all have a story. We all come from something. We all come from somewhere, and have whether it's a story of struggle, whether it's a story of greatness, whatever your story is, it's you. It is you, and not only is it you, but it's dictating your entire life. So what is your story? If you want to access this house's energy, the first thing that you've got to do is recognize that your story is the most powerful thing that you have. Okay, the first house has a lot of power there. Okay, it's a powerful house because it's dealing with yourself and your soul's energy, your identity, your identification. It's like your fingerprint. So when we're accessing this house and we're utilizing this house's energy and we want to use it to our benefit, the first thing that you got to start doing and really thinking about is, what is my story? What's a story that you've been telling yourself for your whole entire life and you just feel like that's the truth and that's just who you are? Like, oh, I came from nothing and I came from a life of struggle and nobody loves me, or my life is depressing. Like, there's things that we tell ourselves all the time that we might not even realize it's literally a story that we're holding on to a perception that we're identifying with. So to access this house's energy for your benefit, you gotta start creating your story to fit what you want it to be. Okay, you want people to see you a certain way, then your story gotta fit that projection in that image. If you want to see yourself in a certain way and you want to attract certain things, then your story, your identity, your identification, your fingerprint has to match those things that you want to attract into your life. Point blank, period. So, accessing this house is really, really like, I don't want to say important, but it would be fun. To me, it's kind of fun because, hey, I actually have power over how other people see me. Hey, I actually have power over how I see myself and how I see my life and what I attract into my realm and what I repel. It all has to do with your fingerprint and your unique identity that has nothing but everything to do with what you identify with. Your perception of yourself, your perception of your life, your perception of everything that exists here. And you can change that and utilize that and access this house's energy and magic by creating your story, your perception, your unique perception of what life is, what your life is, what you want it to be, what you want it to look like, and you can have anything that you want here. You can attract anything. You can repel anything. You can get out of any type of scenario. All you gotta do is identify with the story that fits you within whatever circumstance, situation, or scenario that you are in. So, yes, this is how to access the first house energy, the first house magic. I hope you guys like this video. Go ahead and like and subscribe and share this video. This is Esaia Mystic, and I'm out.
Watch me breathing in deep to relax my stress while we vibe to the beat. Stretch my heart so it fills my chest. Higher dimensions guide me to my best selves. The test is done, and all my